Welcome in, everybody. It is Friday. We're doing the viewer suggestion today. I'm going to turn my microphone up, I believe. Once again, Jeff. There we go. Hopefully people can hear me now. I think that'll be better. It's still pretty quiet, but we're going to roll with it. No Name, welcome in. How are you today? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a little while. How you been? I'm going to start with some rugby warm-ups here. I spent the last hour getting screamed at by a child, so I'm a little, my brain's a little fried. See if we can actually get a good rugby warm-up going. Was on vacation in Croatia. Nice. Oh, bad internet. That's too bad. Hope your vacation went well. Try sock puppet rugby here today. Elliot, welcome in. It's finally not hot here today. It's starting to feel like a Seattle falls on the edge of showing up, which would be nice. Still gotta get through September, which is usually pretty warm. And then October is spider season, so we'll see how that happens. I had a baby with us too. Every morning he came into me in my best friend's room, wake us up by noises pulling on our ears and stuff. That's funny. I know how that goes. Got some commissions to work on next week, which is going to be really exciting. We'll be probably doing those on Twitch if we can. Might be doing some late night streams to get the commissions work done, which I think will be fun. It'll be fun. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about my rugby here. Could be better. Let's do one more. Let's do one more rugby, and then we'll start doing the viewer suggestion here. I have some family coming into town. I don't think they're going to be here for another 2 or 3 hours, so I think we're going to be all right. But if they randomly show up, I might bounce. The kid had a rough morning. His teeth are hurting him, so he might wake up screaming. We'll see how that goes, but I do want to try to get as much viewer suggestion done as we can. So I'd like to jump into it, but gotta get these rugbies out of the way. Drawing a sloth rugby is what I've done. Already done with work for the day? Nice. What time are your late night streams in Germany? Ooh, what time is it right now in Germany? Is it 8 p.m.? 9 p.m. Okay, so if it's 9:30 there, that means you're ahead 9 hours. So if I start streaming at like 10 p.m., that'll be like 7 a.m. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., something like that. Alright, let's do some sketching. Here we go. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love streams from also love streaming. It's alright. It'll be on Twitch, most likely, and Twitch streams are weird. Not bad weird, just different. They're very different. Let's roll some dice. Let's roll some dice. Alien species from Perry Rodan? I don't know what that is. Psy warrior fighter with laser pistols wearing a spacesuit. Hold on, we're gonna figure this out. Did I accidentally just close the... I think I did. Boop, boop, boop. Perry Rodan, huh? Julziish. Perry Rodan. By the way, can I add an orc hunchback blade singer with jagged blades? A small skinny orc with a hunchback? So I usually draw my orcs pretty beefy. I put it on the list. I'll put it on the list for you. One of those leashes that hooks two dogs together, shoulder by tack. That's fun. GG, welcome in. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I'm a little... I think I found the book it's from. But maybe not. Humanoid alien species with distinct appearance, including large blue disc-shaped heads. What does it mean to have a discus-shaped head? Like round? Bulbous? There have apparently been no art of these. Oh, that could be them. Ah. Discus-shaped heads. They're mushroom people, it looks like. Alright. Here we go. Here we go.
Hello?
Oh, welcome in.
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for a Julziish from, what did I say, Perry Rodan, something like that. You look like this. Is that a mouth or an eyeball? Oh, good God, that's much worse than I thought it was. Their eyeballs are up here. Ooh, they've got too many thumbs. They've got a normal hand. I say normal. And then they have 2 extra thumbs. Don't know why you need that, but... What do y'all think of race classes in D&D? What do you mean? Race classes? Like, elf-specific classes? Is that what you're talking about? Aarakocra, bearded vulture archer wielding a bow. On the list.
I don't like these things.
Say it again.
I don't like them. I just googled them. I don't like it.
Yeah, they're pretty weird looking. Pretty weird looking. It's like, hey, what if a flump and a myconid had a baby?
Without any of the tentacles.
Yeah. Well, I get to draw a cool spacesuit, so let's just do that. How are things going?
Been alright.
Did you guys get to play Daggerheart last night?
I'm not. I don't play Daggerheart.
No, I thought you were playing Daggerheart with everybody. That's my bad.
No. They didn't though. Sierra was sick.
Gotcha.
I was just in the call, talking to Bernie for a little bit.
What are we making again? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I erased it. I've forgotten. Some kind of mushroom creature. It's an alien from a German sci-fi novel.
Yep.
No, but I do like those, like the barbarians that can only be played by dwarves. Race classes is, for an example, a minotaur for a race, and then you gain levels in minotaur. Oh, like the monster classes. Yeah, that's fine. I like that stuff. A whole book on it with dragons and everything. That's nice. Yeah. No, 3.5 used to do that a lot more. And I think a big reason why 5e kind of fell off is because they no longer have interesting racial features. Everything is very samey. So I'm very much on board with the idea that your heritage and your features should level up with you, which Pathfinder 2nd Edition does a pretty good job with, even though I think they could expand on it more and more for all of the heritages.
Hear that, Paizo? Get your shit together. Give us more stuff.
That's why they don't send us books. They're scared.
I doubt that. Considering the people they send books to also critique some things that Paizo publishes.
Sure.
So
That's fair. There's reasons why so many people in D&D, let alone tabletop RPG, have a fountain of dice. Is there a reason why so many people in D&D, let alone tabletop RPGs, have a fountain of dice? Because dice are great. Yeah.
And things like D&D and Pathfinder and stuff like that, and other games, you already need like, what is it, like 5 different dice?
Yeah,
and
I mean
it tends to attract people who like shiny things.
the polyhedral dice set, I think, is a set of 7. So that's the good base thing to have if you want to play tabletop RPGs.
Yeah. Games like Warhammer, like you need like, I don't know, it seems like 20 different D6s.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some pretty weird Warhammer dice rollers. Whew. But yeah, I think it's the same thing with minis. Like, people that like to collect minis in mass.
Yeah.
And what I used to do is whenever I would buy dice, or like whenever I play a new character, I'd go buy them a set of dice, just for fun. And it was like $3 at my local game shop.
I only have 2 sets of dice.
I have 2 boxes of dice, so the ones I use for Magic the Gathering, and then all the other ones. And a bag. Sorry, I have a bag, a box, and then a big box of unused dice.
I think people who collect dice are the same people who played with Legos, and I don't understand those people.
Oh, Legos are great. Having I8 features for non-human player characters is the reason why I prefer playing non-human humanoids unless it's low fantasy. Like, you can eat stuff? I'm confused about that sentence. Gigi, please reconsider that. But I think monster feats are really fun. I'm a big fan of taking monster feats. Like I said, Pathfinder kind of 2nd edition kind of figured that out, where you kind of get to pick those things. And for the most part, they're kind of linked to your heritage, but you can always just take versatile heritage and grab whatever you want. So
within reason.
Within reason, yeah. There are limitations of, like, you have to have 3 arms for this one, or I'm a human that was raised by dragons, so I have a bite attack and a tail attack. It's like, no. At the same time, I'm kind of okay with that too. It's like,
you're just okay with everything.
I am.
And that bugs me some days.
Like, because it's
boundaries, people, boundaries.
And you don't need them. You're
insane.
Here's my thought process, right? It's like, if you were raised by dragons and the dragons taught you how to fight, they're going to teach you how to do a tail attack, and you're either A, going to figure out how to do it or not do it. So if you didn't do it, don't take the feat. But if you did, you know how to do a dragon tail attack without a tail. Like, that's what the feat gives you. It's great.
It's called being a monk.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not that different from other shit. Like, mechanically, you're trading a feat for an attack of X damage, right? Like, there's so many other things you could take and just say it's a dragon tail attack. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. It's kind of what I think Dennis from OKSDM for their agnostic game system did something really smart, and it's just distilling that down. So it's like, ranged attack, melee attack. Do you want those features? Yes or no? Here you go. Right? It's just it's the base minimum you would need to make the game function without any of the flavor, which is not necessarily fun because people love flavor and flavor is great. But from a design standpoint, it's a great place to start, and you have to bring your own flavor. So, yeah.
I'd rather be told what the flavor is. Just to save on thinking power on me.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the I'm always going to be against that a little bit. But the thing that I really push back on is the someone put it into a third-party book, so that makes it okay to use. And it's like, if you're okay with third-party material, just make your own shit up. Like, there's no reason you shouldn't be able to make your own shit up. So, because that's basically the exact same
I was
thing.
going to bring that up. You're very okay with people just making stuff up, but you're like against third-party stuff some days.
Yeah,
And I don't
and that's why.
understand that.
Because, so, if you're going to deviate from the book, I want you to do it because it's your creativity. I want you to bring something to the table. But when you show up to the table with someone else's work, it's just like, just don't. Like, if this is something you wanted to do, great. And so I'll let people play third-party stuff. But a lot of third-party stuff doesn't balance well. And so when you don't have to do the work and you're getting overpowered shit, that's frustrating to me. It very much feels like cheat codes at that time instead of like, hey, I want to try something. Oops, it's overpowered. Let's pull it back. Right? It's just like, my friend showed me this cool move, and we're just gonna exploit the game. It's like, don't do that. Don't do that. So that's my thought process behind it. Not all third party stuff is bad. I've played with a lot of third party stuff, but people that take it as gospel without realizing that they could be making their own things kind of bums me out.
I think people are just not creative. I know that's an insult to a lot of people, but I think people just want to have fun, and if someone's already put in the work, I think it doesn't matter to them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the same argument with like going to like Top Deck or Tapped Out and finding Magic the Gathering decks. Those decks are fun. They're fun to play, but like, yeah, you didn't make it. So no, you don't have to always be super creative. Like, you can definitely find those things. And I think they're fine to do. Like I said, I'll use them. I'll use them when people want to use them. But those are my pushbacks. Those are the reasons I push back on those things.
Yeah, I just think it's a little weird. Like, I get your reasoning. Don't get me wrong. I get it. It's I don't know, it's a weird line to draw.
I don't think it's a line is really the biggest thing. Like, it's a preference, not a rule. I prefer you come at me with your own stuff, but I will allow you to use third-party things. The other thing is, I've seen a lot of, like, especially when D&D Beyond started coming out, there is a lot of really bad third-party stuff. Kobold Press has been doing a really good job of kind of curating their things lately, which I'm very happy for. And there's a handful of really, really good, well-written variants for the game for 5e. But for a while there,
the thing with
before they
Press.
bought D&D Beyond, when D&D Beyond was out and Reddit was kind of the big way to look for builds, there were like 3 builds, and that was it. Because everyone was just like, I found this great way to break the game, and it's like, yep, that's how you do
Sentinel
it.
with Polearm Master.
You get Polearm Master and you get Sentinel, and you just win the game. And they're like, I invented this new thing. It's like, you didn't. You really didn't. Please stop. So, I enjoy playtesting third-party stuff. Yeah, it's great. Having innate features for non-human player characters is the reason why I prefer playing non-humans. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's great. I definitely think when you're playing monster races, you should 100% get some of the aspects of those monsters, which is my big pushback for like a lot of the Minotaur races in 5e, and 5e is just very constrained, which is why it sounds like I'm trashing them all the time. They don't get a lot of cool customizations out of it because they really want to keep it very simple. So, yeah, Minotaurs.
We do trash it.
We do trash it. We do, and that's why. Centaurs should have some cool functionality about being quadrupedal, and the fact that they are a horse and mounted and can charge, and like they usually get 1 or 2 of those things, but you could really go all out with it. So, Citizen Zero is what we do at the table after playtesting. Yeah, it's great. It's good stuff. I think this is as far as I'm gonna get. He's supposed to be psychic. I'm a little confused how it's a Psy Warrior and a pistol user. That's kind of interesting. Do they have psychic guns? What kind of abilities would you get as a Psy Warrior?
You get, like, when you attack, you can add, like, force damage. You get, like, you can get a shield. You also get, like, the Jedi jump.
I guess like a Kira. Gotta be that way. Jedi jump would be pretty cool for a pistol user too. Basically Cad Bane, but Jedi Cad Bane. I'm on board. When I see third-party stuff on like UA, I think of it, ask yourself, whose power fantasy is this stuff? Because it's like 6 broken abilities. I do a lot of homebrew and really careful about balancing. Yeah, I mean that's really, it's the same thing with the same issue that I have with like changelings and stuff. It's like, is people just being lazy and want to be powerful? It's like, if you want to be powerful, I'm gonna make you put in the work. So
I don't personally think changelings are powerful. Just my humble opinion.
It's the difference of like a mask of many faces. If that's all you give changelings, that's boring. So a lot of people will take changelings and be like, I'm gonna morph myself into a key, and it's like, stop it. Like,
it specifies like humanoid shape.
Yeah.
You don't get any of the innate abilities of said shape. It's
boring. It's a mask of many faces. The 5e made changelings boring. I want you to be a doppelganger. I want you to like steal people's thoughts, and I want you to shift into weird monstrous creatures, and it's great.
And I don't.
Yeah.
Because it's not what the person who created them wanted, so.
I love that it looked like the time to flavor everything to the setting. Oh, sorry, I missed the top of it. Playtested the Lightbringer for the Hellwatch Infernal Oath campaign setting, and it's had a blast. Got a free copy for 6 hours. Nice. Very cool. I also, like, I think I'd like the D&D Changeling more if they really, really, really leaned into, like, the Fae component of it. Like, instead of just changing faces, you eventually choose a Fae creature you kind of can be. That'd be pretty awesome.
That's the weird thing about them is, so they're originally from Eberron, and they're not related to any Fae. They're, because doppelgangers aren't.
They're
like
doppelgangers, not Fae changelings, but they feel more like Fae changelings to me, which is really weird.
Well, that's because D&D as a whole decided to change it.
Yeah.
Outside of, like, when they made the monsters agnostic to the setting in the Tome of Foes or whatever it is.
Okay.
Monstrous Tome, whatever, I can't remember.
I think it's
they decided to have changed the lore for changelings outside of Eberron to, like, oh, you're Fae now. It's like,
well,
okay.
So I'm going to push back a little bit on that. So there's 2 ways to look at changelings. And No Name's asked, didn't know that changelings are Fae. The term changeling comes from Irish folklore, I believe. Where
I know the origin of
No, I'm sorry. I'm explaining this to No Name. This is where kids
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So changelings as a term came from basically Fae stealing a child and replacing it with a Fae creature, and so that changeling, that kid, had changed into a person, and people were like, "Oh, this kid must be possessed, or maybe a Fae creature," and so that was the idea of where changeling came from, as like shapeshifters. And then in D&D, they took doppelgangers, which are more like mimics, like people mimics, and changelings being weird, horrible.
They look
things.
Like gray aliens.
They look like aliens, yeah. And so, like, those 2 things are kind of competing. Where with, like, Dresden did a really cool job dealing with changelings as them being, like, either half Fae or being swapped as children. And then as they grew up, they got to decide if they wanted to go and become Fae or they wanted to just be human and be mortal. I really like that kind of dichotomy. That's fun to play with. Versus the changelings, the doppelgangers are almost demonic in D&D now. And so you have this weird balance of people wanting to play these kind of doppelganger-esque things, but then not wanting to take the downsides of being a doppelganger. And so all of a sudden you're left with someone that can just like change their face, and it's like, okay, that's just a magical item. Like I don't get it. So I really feel like they need to really expand upon what they want to do with that, and I think they're not conflicting with names, but the name itself has kind of lost a lot of its meaning because it's just weird now. So people that can, yeah, you can go ahead.
Peacemaker decided to use the name changeling as a literal thing and not based off the mythology of changelings. They literally change.
Yep. An eldritch scion Magus who draws his powers from a long-held agreement between his family and an imperial forest dragon. Okay, so we got like an eldritch knight Magus, green knight Magus. That's kind of cool. Let's do it. So that's really the problem. The problem is that Pathfinder 1 changelings, Pathfinder 2 changelings, D&D 3.5, and D&D 5 changelings are all different things. And it's really hard to kind of stick with it.
3.5 changelings would have been the same as 5th edition changelings.
Say that again?
3.5 changelings are the same as 5th edition changelings.
I thought the 3.5s were doppelgangers.
So
because from Eberron, is that what you're
Fifth
talking
edition
about?
has two different types of changelings. You have the Eberron changelings, and then you have changelings outside of Eberron.
Okay. Oh, Rollmaster Eberron Wiki. I see what you're saying. In the 3.5 and 5e, changelings refer to the PC race, distant descendants from doppelgangers, and later a more monstrous and powerful race. Got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is way more complicated than I thought it was. Wings, tails, claws, natural armor. Oh boy. See, that's what I remember from 3.5. Is like you could shift into all kinds of shit.
Yeah. But yeah,
changelings, shifters. Oh man, there's a bunch.
Yeah, shifters are like people who are like descended of were creatures from Eberron. Because lycanthropy is different there than it is in other things.
Changelings add speak language as their class skills. Minor change fate shape. There we go. Oh, I missed favorite classes. Favorite classes were cool. Favorite class rogue. So I love monster classes. You can play anything from Minotaurs to Red Caps and Illithid. Yeah. Yep. I am also a big fan. Red Caps are my one of my jams. I'm sad that in the Baldur's Gate they all look exactly the same, which is fine because they're, you know, they're a monster. But like, it's really funny that they just look like mushroom people clones of each other.
Maybe they are. They're secretly mushroom people that drink blood.
Yep. What does a green dragon look like? That's a long snoot, right?
I thought it said forest dragon.
Ooh, you're right. Forest dragon might not be a green dragon. That's
I mean,
fair.
it might be green, but
yeah. No, that's fair.
Wait,
I just
did they
can't
say
close it.
imperial forest
I don't
dragon?
think they did. I think they just said forest dragon.
Let me
Look it
see.
up. Imperial forest dragon. You're
'Cause-
right. Yep.
All right, so it's a Pathfinder dragon.
So it's a wood dragon. Ooh boy. Not far off from what I was thinking, but
Yeah, their imperial dragons are essentially kind of Asian style dragons.
yeah, Eastern style dragons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give him a big old dragon helmet. Jump Rope got one of the Final Fantasy commander decks,
Mm-hmm.
and it came with some bonus cards, and one of them was Asthenian. I'm like, ooh, I can make an Asthenian deck. But I think I'm going to make a Chocobo deck. I think that'll be more fun.
Oh god, I hate Chocobo decks.
They're powerful.
They just... It's that stupid land.
Yeah, landfall has always been rough.
Yep.
The funny thing, I bet a whole bunch of people have the traveling Chocobo in their decks online. It's stupid powerful, and it costs like... I think the cheapest one you can buy now is $30. And the most expensive one's like $9,000.
Scalpers?
Mm-hmm. Oops. What race was this guy? Did it say?
Human?
Might have been human. We'll give him a helmet, and we'll just call it a day.
Yeah, no heritage on it.
Okay. Sorry, I was waiting for convince people to the stream. I would wait. Sorry for wanting to convince people of that in stream. I can only encourage you to buy the Monsters Heroes. I think I have the old one. I have the 3.5 one, whatever it was called. I mean, it's essentially what my channel used to be. It was just like, play monsters. I kind of started this channel because I was sick of people not playing monsters.
I'll never let players play monsters. Denied.
Does that mean you're going to DM again?
No.
Wicked bird!
if I did. Yeah, I DM'd for you once and y'all complained about it. I'm kidding.
Nope.
Y'all did.
Nope.
Y'all were
we
fine.
all had fun. We all had fun.
Well, most of y'all had fun.
I think we've given Druid way more shit about his wyvern fight than anybody gave you stuff. I think yours was fine.
I think the last time it was just kind of a boring fight.
That happens.
Yeah. But you also weren't there, so
Yeah.
it was a Hydra fight.
I do know Esper the Bard. Okay. Jump Rope's been working on some stuff to maybe do some DMing. Which I'm excited. I'm excited for that. Oh, what kind of Magus were they?
Eldritch Scion.
Eldritch Scion. Okay.
Which is, if I remember correctly, it's like the sorcerer version of the Magus.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't give them. I mean, it feels like they're very much a knight kind of vibe, right? But I think I'll give my staff.
Because basically, Eldritch Scion, you pick a bloodline and you become a spontaneous caster instead of a prepared caster.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It was one of the archetypes you could pick if you wanted for Magus. I think you got less spells, but could cast more often.
I made a Dragoon Magus, and it worked out pretty well. That was really fun. the Magus is essentially just a Eldritch Knight, but
Yeah.
I mean it works out either way. They're just more
You know,
focused
back
on
in
spells.
Pathfinder 1, those were like two separate things. I don't know how they made them two separate things.
Yeah, because I think the Magus is really supposed to be more of like a cantrip caster, whereas the Eldritch Knight is supposed to be a fighter that utilizes enhancement magic. So they're weird. The Eldritch Knight is really supposed to be a warlock, like a combat warlock. The dark creatures give you cool magical powers. Or maybe it's the other way around. Is the Pact of the Blade warlock an Eldritch Knight?
Mm-hmm. An Eldritch Knight in 3.5 and Pathfinder 1 was a prestige class.
Yeah. I remember being a prestige class. I don't think I ever played it, though.
Yeah. You had to be able to cast up to level 3 or 3rd level arcane spells.
So that sounds like it's supposed to be for a Magus.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
And must be proficient in all martial weapons.
So you have to be a fighter first. Interesting.
Yeah, because I don't think Magus got proficiency in all martial weapons. Maybe select ones.
I think you got to choose.
Let's see.
There were some weird shenanigans in Pathfinder 1 about, like, everybody always dips a few level in fighter to get second wind. Man, I just want the weapon proficiencies.
A Magus is proficient in all simple and martial weapons.
There you go. Yeah.
And is proficient in light armor. So I think the Eldritch Knight was like RE in Pathfinder, and the Magus came a lot later in 1A.
Possibly. The Magus has always been in Pathfinder as far as I'm aware. I think it came out in... So, no, you're right. I think it came out in spells and... What's it called? Ultimate Magic?
I can look at it.
It might have been Ultimate Magic. So, yeah. You could be right.
Yeah, Ultimate Magic... Because Eldritch Knight was definitely something that they brought over from
3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I dig the concept. Like,
yeah,
the fighter with the
it was in
flaming
the
sword.
core rule book.
Yeah.
Eldritch Knight was, so that came out. But
the two things, I think, here's the difference to me. Like, an Eldritch Knight is supposed to be that full-clad, like, almost paladin, but like an arcane paladin. Like, that's the way I always think about it. They use holy weapons. Maybe it's like an intelligent weapon, something to that effect. But they are a warrior trained to fight with spells. Whereas a Magus is something more like a wizard who's trained to use a sword. Like, they should really be focusing on their spell casting, and they deliver all those attacks with their sword. And so that's just two different sides of it to me, but they do effectively do the same thing.
yeah, I can see why they just decided not to have the Eldritch Knight anymore when they made 2E, because like they were already probably going to make the Magus.
Mm-hmm.
And
they made the Magus more you can be tougher than you used to be. So,
yeah.
And I'm pretty sure
I don't
there's
know.
still...
They got the same hit die.
No, I mean, like, I think you can build them tougher, like with the way shields work and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you could use a shield as a magus without doing a special. Yeah. Um, or at least at level 1, a magus can't use anything above light armor and can't use a shield without
Interesting.
incurring uh the spell failure stuff.
I was under the impression that everybody could use shields. That's interesting. I'll have to look at that.
No, because I distinctly remember like there are certain classes who in 1E,
Yeah, in 1E.
You had to be trained in them because like wizards couldn't use shields.
Right, and I thought they removed that for 2E. Is that not the case? Are you
They did.
Okay, I
I'm
got confused.
referring to 1E.
I got confused.
I'm
That's where I
referring
was
to 1E.
confused. Yeah. My argument is in 2E, the Magus can be tougher, so it's less of an issue that you need an Eldritch Knight. That was what I was trying to say. And like the champion also has some potential to become an Eldritch Knight in the same way because you can get focus spells and stuff. So I feel like it's really just feat bait. You can build one very easily with just the feats. You don't have to have a whole class around it anymore.
Yeah. Or like a prestige class.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing I kind of wish they had for the Magus is something that I thought was always cool about the Magus in 1E is their arcane pool.
Mm-hmm.
So, as a swift action, so I guess a free action.
Yeah, it would be a free action.
Any weapon you're holding gains a +1 enhancement bonus, and at level 5 you can essentially add a property rune to when you do this.
Yeah, which once again,
and like
that's essentially the champion can do that passively.
Yeah. But I kind of wish the Magus had something like that.
Yeah, 5E did some interesting stuff with like Green Flame Blade and Booming Blade. Like that felt very Magus-y because it really was supposed to be a cantrip. Like as you cast a cantrip, you also get to attack, and it's like cool, like great. And that's the same thing with the swift action, right? Swift action will basically allow you to do one additional action, but you can only ever do one of them. So you couldn't do like 10 swift actions. It was just like, yep, you can do one of these once a turn, which in most cases was cast a cantrip and then attack. So really
apparently
cool.
In 2E, I didn't fully realize this until I was looking at the crossbow infiltrator, which may be one of my new favorite archetypes.
Okay.
There's not a limit on free actions. Like.
Okay.
But I think it is specified, like, if you can only use one free action once. But there's a feat for the combat or crossbow infiltrator that has you attack up to three times with when you're like I think the gauntlet crossbow.
Okay.
And you have to use a action to essentially change the quote-unquote barrel or whatever to like shift to the other bolt. And you do that as a free action up to like 3 times.
Okay.
Or 2 times, I guess, technically.
So you're just like...
So it's like... I guess unless specified otherwise, like... free actions are kind of open. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you can even do free actions on other people's turns. Like, that's... So... Usually what that denotes is them saying, like, this doesn't require anything. Because a lot of times it's like dropping a spell, like dropping a weapon. It's like, yeah, you just let go of it. You just let go. And so, whatever this thing is, like, hey, you're reloading your crossbow to fire it multiple times, but it doesn't take actions. Doesn't actually require you to do anything else. So, yeah, it sounds like that's the case, that you can just spin the wheels. I want to play an Aasimar, but closer to the more biblically accurate angel appearances. We drew one of those last week. Yeah, that was fun.
The pop culture biblically accurate angels.
Yep, the Aasimar version where they don't have eyeballs and you start getting like Del Toro creatures. It's pretty fun. Gandalf is a Magus and Sauron Eldritch Knight. Does that fit? I mean, I would consider both of them. They're weird. Those two are weird. Yeah, we could go that way. We could say Sauron is an Eldritch Knight. Technically, he's like a level 20 Eldritch Knight, but Gandalf is also a level 20 Bard Wizard. So, I don't know if Gandalf ever puts magic into his sword. He uses his staff and sword all the time, which once again...
I don't know if it's in the book or not, but in the movie when he fights the Balrog, like after he falls, like he holds up the sword and lightning.
That's right.
Shoots out from it.
I would say I would still put that on the bard mage spectrum because he's just using his sword as a focus. Versus, I'm trying to think of other. Yeah, I don't think there are any like magical weapon users in the game in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
they just have really nice elven swords.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done with this bad boy. I'm gonna put him away.
Unless you want to consider Bilbo and Frodo magic sword users.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like they're not specifically enhancing their weapons. They just have elven swords, so anybody could use that without it being different, right? Like, versus in Game of Thrones, the Red Wizard. Basically, he was famous for lighting his sword on fire when he went into combat. I would consider that more of a magic weapon user, right? Like, he's the one making the magic weapon, not carrying around a magical weapon. Because they were definitely enchanted. Lord of the Rings has enchanted weapons. Like, they just don't talk about it very much.
My cop-out for it would be just you can't neatly categorize fictional characters from books.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I say like Bard Wizard, because Gandalf is.
I mean,
weird.
even within D&D books, no one is a clean-cut class.
Dritz is a fighter ranger cleric. I think he's mostly ranger, but I think he's 2 or 3 multi-class. They've classified him a few different ways over the years.
Yeah.
Let's see if this person that just messaged me is an actual person or a robot. I've been getting some commissions, which is great. I'm excited for that. But I've also been getting a lot of people messaging me on Discord being like, hello, how are you today? And then you're like, I'm fine, how are you? I need you to buy a commission from me. And it's like, that's not how anything works. Please don't message me anymore. They're scammers.
Yep. I got a message from someone in the Discord, supposedly, and I just ignored it. I was like, I don't recognize this name.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Somebody asked Jump Rope who drew her profile picture. And
I get that a lot.
Yeah. Like, that was a Rook. You can commission him if you want that. And then they were like, well, actually, I need you to... I was wondering if you wanted to hire me to do commissions. It's like, get out of here.
Yep.
Get out of here.
I got that a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a scam.
Yep. The first time I thought, like, oh, someone's just generally asking, like, about my profile picture. That seems nice. And then it just devolved rapidly. I was like, okay, deleting.
5e has a bit of a boring monster problem. Yeah. It's really oversimplified. Yeah, which, once again, it's intentional. Like, they did it on purpose, which is sad, but you can get around it by just having fun and flavoring it and stuff. What was the name of the really powerful wizard and chosen of Mistra in the lore? He also has a cool sword. Ooh. In D&D? I think I know.
I just know it's Gale now, or was.
Is it?
Yeah, he was groomed as a kid by Mistra.
Oh, yeah. To be a bomb, right?
Yeah, or she curses him to be a bomb after he's like fails her or something. I don't know. But yeah, I just remember like that was a thing, and just like that's a bit gross.
Mister, the goddess of magic, the flame blade and longsword of sharpness.
Oh, D&D crap. I mean, we could always just. You could probably always go to find Ed Greenwood's Twitter or Blue Sky page and ask them.
Tyr's sword, the sword of sharpness. If you did a successful strike, you had a chance to lop off somebody's limb. That's mean.
So, I mean,
that's how all swords are, right?
Yeah. Let's say, isn't that just a Vorpal sword?
Essentially, yeah. I mean, that's probably what it is.
Yeah. Unless Vorpal specifically is for cutting off heads.
It is, yeah. On a critical, you have a chance to decapitate the person, I believe. +3 attack, damage rolls made with the weapon, additional resistance to slashing. La, 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 la. When you attack a creature with at least one head, and you roll a natural 20, you cut off one of the creature's heads, and the creature dies. So it's just on a critical, instant death. If the creature is immune to slashing damage, or doesn't need its head, or has legendary actions, the DM can create that it can't be, blah, 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 and they take 68 slashing damage instead. Okay. Still, that's pretty funny. What's your sword do? Death. Here we go. Sorry to bother you. Actually, I was hoping you could help me for a minute, if you don't mind. What should we say to this poor bot spammer?
Take a long walk off a short pier.
If you're looking for commissions...
Do. Back to West.
I forgot what I was doing. Did I roll yet? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I think I got distracted looking up the sword.
Yep.
Destroyer Cult Cryptic? Oh, a Necron, okay. It is very snake-like in appearance. Spelljammer's homebrew. Alright, I dig it. A Necron snake person. Commanded to offer sandwiches. What are your thoughts on treating the creation of new spells like... what? What are your thoughts on treating the creation of new spells like domesticasting or cultivating new crops?
Domesticating.
Oh, is that how that word is spelled, or is my brain just bad?
Yes.
Okay. I was trying to make it like a magic word. I think I read casting first, which isn't in there. It says cating. Yeah, you're right. Hooray, dyslexia. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I'm fine with that. I like letting people make their own spells, especially if they want to just like flavor them their way, because once again, mechanically, you don't really need to create anything. Like everything already exists. Examples of that are, I think, like the delayed fireball is a pretty cool spell. But a lot of people just want to use it because it's such a high damage cost spell, and they're like, so it's this, but it's my new magical spell called Dragon Explosion. Oh, and I get it at level 2. It's like, no, that's not how that works. So, unfortunately, like, if you want to take something and reflavor it, I'm totally on board for that. I think that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But you can't create new spells that are going to be any more powerful than spells that are already in the game. Just because that's the definition of game breaking. So, the fireball in particular is already overpowered, intentionally so. So nothing you build should be better than a fireball. Unfortunately, you can be different. You can be different than a fireball, but it can't be more powerful. Okay, Necron space dude. Isn't Necron's from 40k, isn't it? Or is it different in Spelljammers? I better look up Necron Spelljammer. That's unfortunate. I asked them if they were a bot and they stopped talking to me. Oh well. Oh well. No fun for me today. Oops. I accidentally deleted that and I can't get it back. So let's go look at the YouTube channel. Cryptic, huh? Yeah, okay. They are just robot skeletons.
What did I miss?
I like the multiple limbs. That's pretty dope. The commission I'm working on right now is a Quillop. Is that it?
A clip off?
Yeah. Tiefling, which is awesome. When I started trying to draw the face, and I was just like, man, I could go so many directions. I'm not sure what to do with it. So I'm gonna have to do
Clip off. Weird.
Yeah, they're very they're Lovecraftian in nature. I think it was their original inception. So.
Well, if they are, he stole them because it's from Kabbalah.
From from the Cabal? What are you talking
No,
about?
not Cabal. Kabbalah.
What is Kabbalah?
A Jewish mysticism.
No, isn't that Cabal? Or am I pronouncing it wrong?
Cabal is like evil order or whatever.
Whoa.
Spelled different.
Kid. It's okay. That could be where I'm confused. Kid, what is going on? What's up? Okay. That was a big scream, kid. Oh my. Okay. I'm gonna need a minute. Be right back. You're right. I'm an idiot. I just looked it up.
Oh.
I have a book.
Cabal is. Yeah. The clip off are the. It's complicated.
GG, what's going on? Oh, I got confused, and then I had to deal with the kid. I got confused, and then I had to deal with the kid. Biotic, well, good.
And I was just being a nerd correcting Rook.
Yep. You can tell the difference between a player made homebrew and a DM made homebrew from Shadow Dark. Yeah, that's fair. Couldn't hear your commission. An ad got in the way. Gotcha. I'm doing a commission for a. How do you say it?
A clip off.
Clip off?
Yep. Oh.
Tiefling. Yeah, doing a tiefling.
Yeah.
So there. Oh, and I would not be
It's
surprised.
spelled like this.
I would not be surprised if Lovecraft. There we go. If Lovecraft just straight up stole a bunch of shit out of that book.
Yeah. But yeah, they have like some art they did for like a clip-off tiefling. This is it.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at right now.
It's very has Gogan vibes or whatever his name is from World of Warcraft.
Oh, cool, Dan. Yeah. They were talking about having like a vertical slit mouth, and I've been trying to make that work, and it just like kind of just want to go squiddy. Just make them like look like an octopus or a squid. But then it looks like they have a beard, and then it gets all weird. Like, so I'm struggling with it, but it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'll probably deal with that a little more this weekend, or like I said, next week on Twitch.
Yeah, they live like where the demons live, but they fight the demons in Pathfinder. They're not on the same side. They're also kind of related to Rovagug.
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say
they're like on his side. But I'll be right back.
Sure. Clippy would like to assist you with your spell casting. I've thought about giving my players a Clippy. That could be really fun. If you haven't read the Dresden books, Bob the Skull is pretty good. Pretty good character. He's essentially Clippy, but he's really horny all the time. And you have to train him pornography to have him work for you.
Oh, I came back on a really weird time.
Yeah. Atomic was saying that Clippy would be a funny spell assistant. And I was talking about Bob the Skull from the Dresden books. He's a spirit of intellect who doesn't have a body, so he's very interested in people being sexy. He reads lots of romance novels.
Weird.
Yeah, he's a funny character. I have that Black and White Magic, which is like a collection of uh, magic things. I'm trying to think about the way to describe it. It's like an academic textbook about magical books.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And the Kabbalah is in it, a big part of it, kind of describing where that all the things come from that.
Yeah. Kabbalah becomes like a big part of like, I don't want to say like the newer stuff, but like stuff that came out like
a lot of New Age shit is based off of it. Which is
yeah.
Weird, but they just removed the God component of it.
Yeah, they just like stripped it down to like a nothing.
Because a lot of the stuff that a lot of the good and the white and dark magic version of it, the white and black magic of it, is all like its relationship to God, like where it is in that aspect. And so like a lot of the dark magic was just really powerful magic that they're like, if you do this, you as a person aren't strong enough to control it, so it's dangerous and don't do it. But it all comes from God, so it's all good magic. You're too weak.
Yeah.
It's like, interesting.
Because like magic is a little weird because up to a certain point the church sort of just kind of tolerated it. Like they're like,
yeah, I mean it was a form of worship for a while.
Yeah. Like the only thing that they would like say don't do is don't talk to the demons.
Right. Yep.
I was like, fair.
And
that's kind of like
what
necromancy was.
Mm-hmm.
For like the medieval period. It had nothing to do with raising dead spirits or anything like that.
Just summoning demons to talk to.
Yeah, it was literally summoning like demons and like
spirits,
lesser spirits to do your stuff and to find treasure. Lots of spells for finding treasure.
Find hidden door.
Yep. And a lot of them were written by priests. But like, so not so level of priests where like, but like somewhere like middle management, where they're like,
I can get these.
They're greedy enough that they want stuff to be more powerful, but like low level where they don't actually have it. So yeah, a lot of priests were kind of necromancers.
Yeah. I mean, necromancy is a cleric thing. It's totally fine. Yep. Do you ever use Legos as D&D makeshift minis? I used to back in the day. I also used to make like little maps.
Stands. Oh.
Yeah. No, you can do stands too. I used to make maps with the Lego bits. The problem is that like a lot of the minifigures don't fit particularly well in there. So you either have to use Legos, which is not as fun as using the minis. So I stopped doing it. But I'll still use them for like if I need walls or spells or whatnot. I used to use those all the time.
Yeah, there's a professor I watch YouTube videos for. It's the only way I'll ever consume stuff about magic because there's a lot of just poorly understood and researched stuff on YouTube. But I mean, he's not the only one. There's a few others who actually like academically study it. There's like Angela Symposium. She is an Italian PhD who studies like modern magic. So modern meaning from like
the Renaissance
post
forward,
post 1600s forward. Yeah. And the one I watch is Dr. Justin Sledge. His channel is called Esoterica, He covers a lot of like Renaissance and before,
Okay.
like all the way to like Babylonian magic,
Ooh, that could be interesting.
and he also is a rare bookseller.
What's up, kid? You done? You bored watching the show?
And he's done quite a few videos on the Kabbalah, like its history and the different aspects of it.
Don't Necrons have faces? Not the ones I'm drawing. They're...
Cryptarchs generally don't.
Yeah, they're,
Or Cryptex, I mean.
They're, what, the dead put into AI suits, essentially? If I interpreted that correctly.
Sort of. They were living. They had, like, uber cancer. And so they decided to ally with these, like, machine god things called the Catan. And the Catan kind of shoved them into robot bodies.
Okay. You see what Pop was drawing? Oh, you want to draw?
I think that how it works. I'm not the most knowledgeable on the Necrons.
Kid. I guess
I just know they have like technology that is basically magic.
I guess the boy's gonna draw for a little while now. Which I don't think is a good idea, because he's just gonna start screaming as soon as I take this pen away from him.
Yep.
We might be in trouble. We might not be able to... Yep, there it goes.
I'm glad I can't hear him.
Oh, wait, thank you. I'm gonna turn off the ads for you real quick. Thank you, I do appreciate that. Is there a mini sketch you'd like to do today? Oh, where's the YouTube? There it is. We'll turn off the ads so people can not have to deal with that anymore. There we go. Oh, I think the kid is teething again, and my ears are just ringing. Everything is a screaming moment, so. I like the idea that most of the books, like magical spell books, could be digitized. I think that's a funny idea. So you find like a magical, someone's spell iPad. Oh, spelljammers, you silly. There's definitely a point where spellbooks seem silly as a concept. Especially when sorcerers exist.
What do you mean?
If someone can just conjure a fireball out of their brain, why do you have to write it down in a book? I was interrupted like 3 times already. I'm sorry, no name. Will your commissions be open around October? Yeah, my commissions are open now. If you're interested, Gigi, just send me a message in Discord or an email, and yeah, we can work that out. Technomage's drone feels good for a mini sketch. We can do that. I'm gonna make it a floating skull though. Sorry, what were you saying, Corvus?
I don't remember. We were talking about
Oh yeah.
spellbooks and sorcerers.
So wizards have to learn how to do spells, right?
Yeah.
And they prepare which spells they're going to cast, which is mechanical, right? I think that's more mechanical than anything else.
Yeah.
But the fact that spells can be cast many different ways is interesting and strange to me. Like, you're not necessarily unlocking a function of the universe as much as could two different wizards cast fireball completely differently? That's my question.
Wizards. Maybe no, but like a wizard and like a druid or a sorcerer, probably.
Yeah, so like that's kind of where my head's at too. Is like, if you're a sorcerer and you just innately can make things explode in the fire, that's pretty cool. But like, could you teach a wizard how to do that? And I kind of think no. Like, I kind of don't think you could. Because it's just like the magic is in your body, I guess.
Because like I think the big reason for keeping the spell book obviously mechanical, because you had to like essentially memorize yourself. Like for wizards, I always kind of think of spells as being kind of mathematical stuff.
Okay.
Like it's magical equations that you have to like memorize yourself with to like tug at the strings of the weave of magic to make it cast a fireball.
Sure. I think there's a really cool, like the Full Metal Alchemist does a cool job of dealing with that kind of system.
That's kind of why I like that. I like thinking that a wizard spellbook is sort of like something like full of like stuff like quote unquote transmutation circles.
Yeah, you need the circle. And then for some reason the brothers became sorcerers because they touched God.
Yep. I think it was explained that they become the transmutation circle, basically. Yeah. Like, and them like clapping their hands connects the circle, basically. But like, yeah, I like wizard spells to be kind of mathematical or language based.
Sure. Yeah. There's a dude out there on the internet who draws, like, he's got a system for drawing all the spells.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'd like him. I'll see if I can find him again. We made a book recently.
I sent you a video about him.
Okay, yeah. Then
but I think you said you already like saw some of his stuff. So
yeah, I get people send me that all the time, because it's a cool concept. It's a cool concept.
Yeah.
I just saw recently he took one of his spell icons and turned it into a city. He's like, this city is a giant spell, and I'm like, that's awesome. Like, that's cool.
Very Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, exactly. Creates visual components for the spells. Yeah. Who are you talking about? I want to see their stuff. Man, I'll have to look unless Corvus can find it. They're basically magical physics notebooks on how much it makes the world do what you want. Just taking notes on how you do it. Yeah, I think that's fair. Elliot says there's a guy that makes cryptic spellbook ciphers. Yeah, I think that's the same guy we're talking about. Imagine a wizard seeing a student. Like, that's a very old meme. I've studied for years to learn how to control and shoot a fireball. The source is just like, whoop. I think the other part of the meme was being a sorcerer and pretending to go to a wizard school, not knowing you were a sorcerer, and just like coasting through because everything just kind of worked for you. People think you're some sort of weird prodigy, but nope, your mom just had sex with a weird space dragon.
Yep. Hopefully I can do this. I am sharing their link.
You should be able to. I think you're a mod. If not, let me know. Yeah, there you go. So
Gorilla of Destiny. But yeah, I think, like, I know I said I like wizards being math related. I also like, I guess it sort of could be related. And something that they're doing in Pathfinder now is, they talk about how, like, you can essentially break all magic down into runes, and like a simple rune does something simple, but more you add around it and add complexity to the rune, you get more complicated spells, and that's kind of like what the rune lords are starting to tap into.
Cool. Okay, I dig that. So like a level 1 spell is literally just this big, and a level 2 spell is added complexity.
Yeah,
and it just keeps getting more and more. I dig that. That's a cool idea.
Because like you could think of like that with certain spells. So like Magic Hand or Mage Hand. If you add more complex runes to the spell, you get like Big Beast Hand or whatever the equivalent is in Pathfinder.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really interesting way to think about what I'm talking about. Right? It's just like adding magic. Like, what is or how does adding magic to something work? Because like spell scrolls are self-contained. You don't have to know how to do magic to set the scroll off. But a spell book, I think you do, and that's like you're bringing your magic and then funneling it through the book, which is kind of an interesting way to look at it. So
yeah,
I'm a big fan of like scaling spells up. Like I want to cast this level 1 spell at level 12. Oh my god, kid.
Yeah.
Well, I think I just got my computer docked by the boy, so... Nope, I think I saved it. Okay, we're fine. Am I still on the internet?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Also, no problem, GG.
He made an encrypted mage circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like heightened spells. I think are really, really smart. But like, I'm a big fan of letting people kind of dictate what happens sometimes. I think that's a lot of fun. Especially with like alchemists. I've had Lars do that in the past. It's just like, well, you're about to die, so you want to just detonate all your bombs right now. It's like, yeah, just smash all my potions together. Let's just see what happens, right? It's just like everything I got. I'm gonna use all my spell slots right now in one action. I'm just gonna mage explosion. I'm down. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's
I
dangerous.
really like the idea of like a wizard maybe not great at other spells, but like really narrows in on like a certain type of spell, like I don't know, magic missile, and like learning ways to change and alter it. And there's a bit of an archetype for it in 2e. I think it's called the Spell Trickster. Archetype, and lets you like cast spells and like do something more to them. So like, I guess sort of similar to meta magic, but like spell specific.
Yeah,
meta magics.
I think the spell trickster I think focused more on, you had a smaller spell list, but you had more meta magic, so you could make all those spells. Basically, I think you had access to all the meta magic. That might have been what it was.
I have no idea.
So all your signature
I just know
spells,
the 2e
you could cast
version
them,
of it.
Yeah, all of your signature spells, you could cast them either like enlarged or with extended range or silently, like that. I think, yeah, Jump Rope's playing a character that does that now too, right? That's the 2e version. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, that's really cool. I dig meta magic. I wish they got rid of the rods, which is very strange to me.
But they kind of sort of brought them back in the form of wands, like meta magic wands.
Did they? I'll have to look into that.
Yeah. So like, there's one called like Agile Hand. So you have to be able to cast Mage Hand, and it's like what the Arcane Trickster can do, where you can like pick locks and pick pockets
Okay.
with Mage Hand. There's there's another one called Barrier Shield. When you cast Shield, you can use it, basically make it a tower shield and like take cover behind it. But you can't use shield block reaction because of it.
Gotcha.
So you kind of just make like a shield wall.
That's pretty awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
There's Wall of Force is a really good one that I think can be used in a lot of really creative ways. That really should just be like an upgraded version of Shield, or what is it? Odaluk Sphere? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Resilient Sphere.
Mm-hmm. It would be interesting if spells were slotted that way. Like you had to learn the level 1 spell, and then that gave you access to the higher versions of it, and that's how you had to learn magic. But that's a different system. This is a completely different system. That's very much more RPG, Final Fantasy kind of based thing.
Yeah.
But I'm a big fan of that. And so if you have a character that really wants to specialize into a spell, I think that's a fun way to give them augments too. It's like, cool, you can use that spell to now do, a weird thing with it. I think that's great. So I like that kind of stuff. I want to do one more. It is 2 o'clock now. The boy is awake. I've got less than an hour before my company shows up. Can we do one more? We can try one more. Give me 1 second, everybody. Hang tight. Be right back. Okay, be right back. 1 second. Ooh.
Just watched their little short on how bards cast magic. Interesting.
What did you watch?
The person we were talking about, Gorilla of Destiny, who was doing like science magic, math magic stuff, and he did a video on how do bards cast magic, and he had like two different things, and probably the more interesting one is like bards like use their music to tap into like magical resonance and kind of cause it to cast spells, which makes me think of the dwarves in the Elder Scrolls universe, or as they're technically called, Dwemer. They had a system of magic called tonal architecture. It's like all their seeds were essentially kind of like massive musical instruments, and playing certain tones created like structure and different types of enchantments that they would use.
That's how the Tolkien universe works.
Well, the dwarf elves of Elder Scrolls do it too.
Then again, like, I think the weirdest part about Tolkien being Tolkien, the closer we get to like string theory, the more it's like, oh shit, Tolkien was right about the universe. There's a whole thing about matter is just the vibrational wavelength of things.
Mm-hmm.
So we might all just be a giant song.
Which, to be fair, he's not the only one who's kind of thought that, like,
Oh yeah, he was a professor, so I'm sure he was exposed to all those kind of things.
Yeah, I think it was Pythagoras, or it was attributed to Pythagoras, the Pythagorean theorem thing, that it's believed that, like, the world, it was like, there's like the thing called the Song of the Spheres, that everything kind of can be corresponded to like a chord and notes.
Okay.
And so a lot of like people have tried to like make symphonies about like kind of basing off that idea of, so like I think one, I don't know who it was, but there was like a composer who did like Song of the Spheres and like did a few stuff like Mars was very like loud, bombastic symphony, stuff like that.
I've lost the list. Where did the list go?
We have lost the plot.
Multiple crabs in a trench coat pretending to be a knight. Do knights wear trench coats?
They could. I feel like there's like a few Dark Soul knights that wear trench coats.
I saw a meme that was like babies in other games, and it was just a baby, and then it said babies in Dark Souls games, and it was like it's a horrible abomination thing.
Yep. Also, that's also crabs in armor is kind of also like the awakened armor creature from Dungeon Meshi.
Yeah,
that is not a magical construct, but it's like mollusks controlling it, like a colony of squid or whatever.
Fortunately, I think this is probably going to be a joke sketch.
Hmm?
So I think this is going to be a joke sketch.
Mm. Yes, no, delicious and dungeon.
It's good.
Weirdly great world building.
I'm not a fan of the English version. I don't know how different it is, but every time I see English clips, it just feels weird to me. Kid, you're hungry. What's going on? You ate a lot this morning, and now you're eating more now. Is that why you're so cranky? Hey, don't lean on the keyboard. Off. You make me so frustrated, kid. No. I do not trust you with a fork. A person-sized city hermit crab? There's a lot of words in that sentence. Is it a person-sized city to a hermit crab mech? Person-sized city to a hermit crab mech. Is it the city human-sized, or is the hermit crab human-sized? This is gonna be the last piece on the stream. I don't know. We're gonna go until we can't. I just gave the kid some more food, so he seems to be satiated now. Mollusk is like a clam, right?
Clam, oysters.
Bivalves.
I think. Pretty sure, like squid and maybe not octopus.
No, I don't think they're mollusks. You're thinking cuttlefish, right? Like, let's look up mollusk. Where's Druid? Any biology? Because they're the monobone creatures, right? That's what you're thinking about.
Maybe. I had to look up how to spell mollusks.
Vertebrates. A bunch of hermit crabs living in knight armor and operating it like a mech. Gotcha. What the shit, kid? Great. This would be a pretty funny character for the game. We've decided to probably not go only crabs. We're gonna go like lots of sea creatures.
The octopus and squids are mollusks.
Oh, I did not know that. How about that?
The nautilus is one.
Okay. That's funny. I thought they were going to be nautiloids, which is apparently not a thing. So.
Yeah. I was like, I know it wasn't crazy. I was like, I'm fairly certain they're mollusks.
I learned something today.
Yeah. Honestly, they're probably really far apart, but like, they're in the phylum of molluscae. Molluscae? I don't know.
Okay, there we go. Bunch of crabs in a trench coat. Put that over there. Rolling some dice.
I want a nautilus shell.
That would be pretty neat. Bonjour. Big, burly, horned, red Oni Cambrian barbarian. I feel like I know that word, and it's going to be scary.
Cambrian is just a new name for tieflings.
Oh, okay.
In Pathfinder.
Gotcha. Horned Oni barbarian tiefling. Snake tattoos on arms.
In D&D, that's the name for like a person who is like half devil and half human.
Okay.
But like their parent was a devil, and so like they're a little bit more devilly than like a tiefling would be.
Yeah, the boy switched my pen. It's not cool. Are Nautilus extinct?
I don't know.
Because what's the thing I'm looking at right here? The Atomic just posted. Is that a cuttlefish?
That's a nautilus.
Is it?
They're just super ancient. Because you can find like nautiloid fossils.
Right, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, but there's some that are still alive.
Huh, how about that? Cephalopods is the word I was thinking of.
Yep.
Are all cephalopods mollusks?
How you spell cephalopod?
Top search. Are cephalopods mollusks? Yes, cephalopods are a type of mollusk. There you go. All right. They belong to the class Cephodia. Large invertebrate phylum of mollusk. Cool. Mollusks are characterized by their head-feet structure, large heads, and tentacles. Cool. I thought you were talking about the Cambrian explosion. Yeah, right?
Yeah, let's see. I don't even know how.
It's kind of funny that Juan Calamari looks like a nautilus and not a squid. I think I was thinking of like a chain devil. I think there's a Pathfinder like Cambrionic demon or something. Yeah, there's
The Cryogen or whatever.
The corn demon. Okay, the Cambion demon in Pathfinder is like the classic devil demon.
Yeah.
Red skin, red horns. Which is, I guess that. Oh, you just showed me that. What am I saying? Yeah. Atomic.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Because like where they got rid of like Asmar and Tieflings in 2E and made them like a single type, not single type. There's like the umbrella term Nephilim.
Yeah.
And like you have like Empyreans who are like Asmar, and then you have Cambrians who are the like Tiefling versions.
Okay.
And then you have like the Aphorites who are from Axis. So they're like connected to the lawful neutral plane. And then you have the Protean-born who are tied to the Proteans of the Maelstrom. And then you have like the Battle Bloods. They have like a weird name. I don't know how to say it. And they're like tied to Valkyries and the Einrjar.
The Einhinjarn?
Yeah, the Einrjar. Yang. I try to get the names correct, okay, people? Sue me.
I love the Myconid design, as both Tiefling and Aasimar still exist, but Nephilim are half-breeds. That works. That works. Chloe, welcome in. Kala, welcome in as well. Or Koa, I'm sorry. Looks like the algorithm has summoned me to your channel again. I think I remember you from the lizard folk drawing. That was awesome. That makes sense. I draw a lot of lizard folk for some reason. Really want to play as a Nephilim, but I'm not sure how to flavor them as of yet. Lots of good options.
Yeah. There's different ways. Like, Pathfinder has, like, the most variety of things. So you're not just stuck to being a devil or a angel.
Yeah.
Respectively. You
really,
have, like,
just
archons.
Find a demon you want. Yeah, find a demon or a outsider you like, and then steal some of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trick. That's the real trick.
Like, if you want, like, in Pathfinder, like, if you want the biblically accurate angel stuff, probably look at the archons. They've kind of... They're almost like mechanical angels.
Yeah.
Then you have the Izadas, who are like almost like angelic fae.
What's the Kenrasu? Oh, the Kenrasu are cool.
They're tied to the Aeons.
Yeah, the Aeons. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
I would dig an Aeon tiefling. Oh, just like cosmic light. floating nebulas. Is Hellboy or whatever his name? Marvel or DC, I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, essentially what we're drawing here is Hellboy. My partner's playing an angel on trial with her, so it doesn't have to SMR abilities, but on some... That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, and it is a versatile heritage, so because you can basically be half dwarf, half elf, whatever you want, and then half outsider. Really go with whatever you want there. I'm kind of a... I'm not a strickler. I don't know what I would call it. When someone picks something like a tiefling, I like to lean into their other side more. So I generally try to give people free feats and maybe some flaws as well. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's an archon.
Another term for is plain touched. Yep. I want to check out your videos again because they're all really cool. Thank you, Cole. I appreciate that. I have done videos on tieflings before, as well as a bunch of the what are they called?
I think you've done...
I've done Ifrits, and I've done Genasi. Yeah. Which really...
We've only done 2.
I think I did those 2, and then I realized like that they were all the same. I was like, this is just going to be the same video 4 or 5 times. So... but then I also did tieflings, and I think tiefling covers all of them. At least the way I did it, I think it does.
That would be an Asmar, this type of Archon, if I played one.
Four-headed deer? How do they turn their head? Like, they've got to be linked together all the time.
Well, they don't need to turn their heads. They have, like, all-around vision.
Fair point. Can someone suggest a Devati? Because that'd be like two things. I don't know what a Devati is, but if it's two things, no. If you're drawing a Yonti, oh, I've drawn many Yontis. I have a video about Yontis.
Yep.
If you want to check that out. The rules for drawing multiple characters is basically I'm just going to draw one. So if you want to do something that has like a twin of itself or a mount or whatever, it's just I'm probably only going to draw one of the characters. Then you can request the other part of it the next week. There's nothing wrong with that. The Wispling.
They are halfling demon and demon hybrids. So the because like I think it's less. They may be in 3.5. Can't remember. But in D&D, they had like specific names for
the orcs and
yeah,
the other ones.
The different types of tiefling associated with the different ancestries.
What's the is it a dwarf? Is that what it is?
A dwarf elf?
Yeah, dwarf elf.
I don't know if that was ever a thing. It probably was.
If it's not, it was just a meme otherwise, but
yeah.
I think they do exist. I think they do exist in D&D. They have all the downsides of the elves and the dwarfs and none of the benefits. Unless you mean a human. No. It is a joke.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of the the purebloods make me crazy. Because they're called purebloods and they're the most human, and that just makes me mad. It's like, no. Don't be a snake. But I think I get it. I mean, like, the Yonti and, like, the Dragonborn are really more, like, were creatures or cursed creatures. So, the purebloods are the ones that retained their humanity after being forcefully shifted into snake people. So, it is what it is. Driders. Driders are another good example of that, like flesh-warped creatures. Not were creatures. But you can definitely play them as were creatures.
I mean, wait, how they come about in like 5e or 3.5 whatever, does seem like it is a...
It's a flesh-warping curse, which is, yeah, is very much like lycanthropy, right? But
yeah.
A whore guest. That's not how you pronounce that, but that's how I read it.
A Vorgeist?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that seems like kind of a cool thing to play.
What's going on, kid? You get real good at climbing that. Should we go build you a jungle gym? What do you want? Do you need a drink? Do you want a drink? Where'd your water go? Oh, good job. You need a snack? That's really funny. He's built a little system of steps and ladders to like fling himself into the crib. and then there's another platform like an ottoman next to it that he flips himself out of.
Has Root Goldberged his way.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of my favorite Celestials. It's an Agathian, which are like animal Celestials.
Okay. Like it's a
and this one happens to be a Wolverine.
That looks like an anime character. It looks like something just straight out of Bleach. Like, tell me why it's your favorite.
Because it's a Wolverine.
Is it?
Yes.
All right.
It's a Goraval, a anthropomorphic Wolverine. They're Celestials.
I would let you just play a Wolverine if you want.
Yeah, that's called being an awakened animal.
Yeah, 100%. You don't even have to be awakened. You can just be a Wolverine. Everybody wants to be able to talk and wear weapons and stuff. It's like, no, just fucking
I don't want to play an animal.
be an animal.
I don't want to be a CR0 creature.
I mean, everyone starts as a CR0 creature. Can you imagine being a Wolverine with action surge?
Pretty sure they'll already have that.
It might.
It's called Maul.
You get it twice. Get it twice.
No, not really.
A Dragaloth, huh? Half demon, half drow monstrosity. Gilberezu.
I love those things. I don't know why. There's something about the design of them I really dig.
They're pretty dope. Multiple armed drow werewolves. It's just, that's terrifying. Like, there's nothing good about that. I can't help but think of a smaller character riding the shoulders of a tiefling you've drawn, holding onto their horns. It's doable. Let it happen. Top of the Yonti, I've seen like a monster class for those with the pure blood mixed with abomination subclass, which is fun. Yeah, the templates were really good. Like, I miss the templates a lot. It used to be fun when you had the racial points, and you could really build some weird stuff. But
correction, Wolverines are CR2 or creature level 2 and 2e.
So you start at level 2 and then you start taking class levels. It's fine. Become a wizard. What's the crossbow thing you want to do? Crossbow Wolverine.
Wolverines have Wolverine Rage and Rend and Pounce.
So they have 4 levels of barbarian, is what I'm hearing.
Their Jaws attack does a D8 plus 5 piercing, and claws are a D6 plus 5 slashing. And while raging, it's you add plus 7 to your damage rolls.
Yep, that makes sense. I like the idea of wearing mimic boots that have teeth as crampons. Ooh, there's a problem with that. You want to know what the problem with that is? If you're putting the teeth on the bottom of the shoe, where's your foot? Where's your foot going? That'd make it the butt. That's all I'm saying. All right, Badgers in 2.8 have rage as well. Oh yeah, totally. The Tobygon shoes, yeah, they would just eat you. I'm like a kid in a candy store going through non-human plain touched. I mean, there's an infinite amount of them is the problem.
Yep.
So.
I remember, I don't think you were here for this. We're part of Discord, but maybe before COVID, there was people in the Discord just talking about the different half things. Like, people found out there are like half dog, half halfling creatures and all sorts of stuff.
Someone really hated plain touch creatures and would like just come in and be like, "Hey, can you draw me a freet, but getting stepped on really hard?" And I was like, "Get out, just get out." Like,
yeah,
get out of my chat.
Always like, or like have someone like water bend or like control water, water genasi, something like that.
Yeah. How would I control a water genasi with control water? It's like, that's not how that works. Nothing about that works that way.
They're still flesh and blood creatures.
I think my favorite one was, could I put an Efreet's hair out with control fire? I'm like, yes, and then they could just turn it back on. Like, can I ruin somebody's haircut with a glass of water? Yes, you can. Their hair doesn't go away.
Right. Genasi can be cut and be bled. Like, they're not pure elemental creatures.
Yeah. What about elementals, though? That's the question. So if you tried to cast Control Water, which I believe is a level 1 spell, level 2 spell, on a creature who has controlled their body their entire life, my argument is you could probably do something to it, but it would most likely only be the equivalency of like a stun.
Mm-hmm.
It's not animate dead, right? Like, or I would allow you to do something like command. Like you could do command. You're essentially repurposing that as a command spell, which is also what command monster is for. Like that's the whole purpose of it. So you could just use command monster and not have to worry about any of the ramifications or shenanigans that would ensue from trying to use a different spell. Okay. Shiny days.
And apparently Pathfinder 2, you control water is a level 5 spell.
Oh wow. What level is Control Monster?
I don't think there is one.
I think it's the same spell. I think it's just called Compel. And it functionally is the same. Compel or Command, I believe is what it's called. No longer differentiates the difference between a person or a monster. I was trying to make this guy look like he was flexing, and it doesn't look right to me anymore. Probably because his arm is huge, but now I'm confused. I bought Pathfinder, and 2 or 3 years later, still haven't read it. If you're a fire elemental and I cast Fireball, are you immune? Yeah, most of the time. And if you are a human, immune to getting punched. Okay. I don't think your bones do. No, your bones are weak to punches. Fire elementals, I think, usually have fire immunity for that purpose.
Okay.
Does destroy water do that? I would say so. Sorry, go ahead.
It's now just called Dominate. And it's a
Dominate.
level 6 spell.
There you go.
And if you succeed, it's until your next daily preparations.
So yeah, you're just like enthralling somebody, right?
Yeah.
It's scary.
If the creature succeeds, the target is stunned as it fights off your commands. That's neat. So it does something even if they succeed the will save.
That's good. It sucks to cast a level 6 spell and have nothing happen.
Yeah. Critical success, nothing happens, but that's fine. Nothing ever happens for a critical success.
Yeah.
A failure, you control the target, it gains the controlled condition, but can attempt a will save at the end of each of its turns. On a success, the spell ends. Critical failure, same as failure, but the target receives a new save only if you give it a new order that's against its nature, such as killing its allies.
Mm-hmm. Could you interpret a water elemental attack with, like, reaction destroy water? Can you cast destroy water as a reaction?
I don't think so.
I mean, blood is different substance, I guess not. The whole gimmick of... I mean, so one of the spells that... The thing that people always want to do is essentially Bone Shaker, which is you compel somebody's skeleton to shift wildly one way or the other. I think all spells can use Bone Shaker as their base for what happened if thing 2 elemental. It's like Bone Shaker. Just Bone Shaker it.
Yep. And if you heighten it to level 10, the duration is unlimited.
Just instant thrall.
Well, I mean, they still have to make the save, but
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you fail,
they fail.
you're just like, cool, you're mine now. Make a new character.
Yep. You now have to be like, but you have to be like, I think level 19 or 20 to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
The Lich compels you to kill all your friends. You got it, boss. You got it.
Fire scamps have fast healing when touching fire,
Yeah, they just burn stuff. They just
but have a weakness to cold damage.
Are you basically just a flesh elemental? I mean, yeah, technically. All necromancy spells are what we're talking about here on people. Even healing spells, because it's just like, hey, I command you to stop bleeding. It's like, oh, okay. My bad.
Gandalf telling the door, I command you, do not open.
I had to use a word of command. Hold! What happened? The door exploded. What you got? What do you got in your mouth? You found more rice? Num 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 num. You little rice boy? You like rice? Num 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 num. Num 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 num. Do you want the dice?
I love Pathfinder scamps. They're great.
Well, yeah, the methods are awesome. I love them.
I like that they now look like just big-eyed bats.
They're just Pokemon.
Yep.
Wait, do they all look like bats?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I didn't know
Uh,
that. Because
their rock one's kind of funny.
in 5e, they just look like little imps.
Imps.
Little
Yeah.
Power word spells are
Because
cool.
of the remaster, they redesigned them to be different. Because they also just looked like the imps before.
Mm-hmm.
And so...
Those are pretty great. I need to call Paizo and just be like, hey, I want to hang out with you guys. Can we hang out?
We live in the same city. Come on.
Yeah. Are you guys going to have any, like, come hang out at Paizo Day? Because I will come hang out. I know some guys that work there. I should just call them.
You should.
Let's see if they want to hang out. Well, it's almost 3 o'clock, so I gotta go. I gotta go clean the bathroom and stuff. I'm gonna finish up this dragon tattoo, the snake tattoo. That's what we're gonna call it. B. 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 Learn your letters, kid.
I don't think they have a local game store.
Who? Sorry. Paizo?
Paizo.
No, they don't. They're a very, like, tight knit company.
Yeah.
They don't have that many people working for them, and the people that do are... It feels very down home. It doesn't feel very corporate to me.
Yeah.
Which is great.
There's also a lot of people who, like, work for Paizo who don't, like, live there.
Oh, I think I got a response from the bot. Let's see what they said. Why do we have hands? There's so many reasons. Pat the scamp, hold the scamp, cherish the scamp, forfeit all mortal possessions to the scamp.
That one's a water scamp.
Yep. Okay, yep, I gotta get going. Sorry, guys. We're done for the day. I gotta make a phone call real quick. Thanks for the suggestions this week. We'll put up the post again on Monday. Hopefully next week we'll be doing Twitch streams as well. This weekend I will be gone pretty much all weekend, so I probably won't be around for any chit-chatting, but please share your art, share your characters, and share your concepts with the Discord. Corvus, thanks for hanging out today. I'm going to try to work on a video again as well this weekend, so maybe on Sunday. I doubt it, but we'll try. I want to get that video out. I got the stickers
Have the
ordered.
company distract the kids.
Yeah.
The kid.
Hopefully. Someone can distract the boy. I can actually work for a little bit, which would be pretty cool. So, all right. That's all I got. Thanks again for hanging out, everybody. And Atomic, thank you for the $5 and turning off the ads. I appreciate that. Nope. That just was a big bag of beans I heard to get knocked over. So, stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dice on the table. We'll catch everybody next time. Bye, everyone.